Nigeria, the giant of Africa, didn't become independent overnight. The journey to October 1st, 1960, was filled with struggles, sacrifices, and the voices of powerful leaders who believed that Nigerians deserved to rule themselves. Back in 1914, the British merged the northern and southern protectorates into one country, giving it the name Nigeria. This merger created a new political entity, but it also meant that diverse ethnic groups, Hausa Fulani, Yoruba, Igbo, and many others, were forced under one colonial administration. For decades, Britain controlled the economy, politics, and governance. Nigerians had little to no say in how their country was run. But even under this heavy colonial rule, resistance began to grow. Educated Nigerians, traditional leaders, and ordinary citizens started to question why a foreign power should dictate their future. By the 1920s and 30s, the call for independence was rising. Herbert Macaulay, often called the father of Nigerian nationalism, used his political influence to challenge colonial policies. Newspapers became powerful tools, none more so than those used by Nnamdi Azikiwe, also known as Zik of Africa. He inspired millions with his writings, preaching unity across ethnic lines. In the West, Obafemi Awolowo emerged as a strong voice, advocating education and self-government. In the North, Sir Ahmadu Bello, the Sardana of Sokoto, mobilized his people to take part in politics. Though these leaders came from different regions, they all shared one dream: freedom for Nigeria. The 1940s and 50s brought stronger political organization. Parties like the NCNC, the Action Group, and the NPC were formed. They fought to gain more political control from the British. Pressure from these movements forced Britain to introduce reforms. Nigerians began managing their regional governments, though the colonial masters still kept the most important powers. As the nationalist struggle grew, Britain realized it could no longer hold Nigeria by force. Negotiations began for a peaceful transfer of power. Conferences were held in London and Lagos to discuss Nigeria's future, although there were disagreements. Among leaders, especially along regional lines, the push for self-rule was unstoppable. Finally, the dream became reality. On October 1st, 1960, history was made. At midnight, the British Union Jack was lowered, and the green-white-green flag of Nigeria was raised for the very first time. The crowd erupted in cheers, drums beat across the land, and fireworks lit the skies. Nigeria was now a free nation, the most populous black country in the world. Sir Abubakar Tafawa Balewa became the first Prime Minister, and Dr. Nnamdi Azikiwe later became the first President of Nigeria. For millions of Nigerians, independence was not just a political victory. It was a symbol of dignity, identity, and hope. A nation that had been ruled by outsiders for decades could finally chart its own path. Of course, independence came with challenges: ethnic rivalries, political struggles, and questions of unity. But October 1st remains a day of pride. It reminds us of the sacrifices of those who fought for freedom and the courage of leaders who refused to be silent. This is the story of how Nigeria became independent. A story of struggle, unity, and victory. Thank you for watching, and please subscribe to my channel for more African history stories. See you on the next story.